do you remember the day you got married?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, I was nervous. The church was full, and I couldn't wait to Dolan come down the aisle.
Okay, I felt so regal, like the trumpets were blaring as I walked down the aisle, but when I saw Mark's face, tears streaming. I mean, I can't even begin to express the emotion that I felt. What kind of emotions were going through you?
Okay. The emotion I had is I was freaked because it wasn't so much about worried to getting married for life. It was actually the song I'd written for her. I was going to surprise her with this song, and I just didn't want to forget the words.
Well, I can understand that. Talk about pressure that I put my poor baby on. It's a wonder that man married me. Not only did I ask us to write our vows, memorize them, and they weren't the typical one paragraph. There were 5 paragraphs that we had to memorize.
I was there. It was really
Okay,
long.
it was amazing.
Well, it was wonderful.
Yes, it was.
You did better than me because you remember. I forgot my vows.
How could you forget your vows?
Well, what happened is I kind of forgot my vows because I was so worried about getting through the song and not screwing it up that when I was done, I kind of but I forgot my vows, and then Dolan got freaked because I just made them up on the spot, and they didn't match hers anymore.
Okay, that would scare any bride, and the vows are the most important part of the ceremony. And I wonder, what do you think vows mean to most people today?
Well, it depends what context. In marriage, it's kind of different, but in life, it basically, a vow means to swear, to promise, to give your word, to kind of guarantee something.
Okay, and when it comes to money, I think we understand that. I mean, if it's money and we just signed a contract and somebody strays, we are slapping a lawsuit on them.
Yeah, or in the courtroom, we put our hand on the Bible, we say, I'll swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, because we don't want to have this perjury thing going.
But if you go back to our wedding days, I don't think we understand the magnitude of the words we are saying. I mean, we are innocent.
Yeah, there was a time when commitment meant being married for life. It used to be for as long as life will last. Now it's for as long as love will last.
Okay, well that doesn't work because the feelings of love come and go constantly.
Yeah. But you know what? You remember, we did our 25th wedding anniversary renewal of our vows. Oh, and I'll tell you what, those vows renewed, they meant so much more than the first ones.
Because you had to live them out.
We knew what commitment meant. I knew what I was saying.
Oh, I want to do that on our 25th too. That is really special.
Yeah. And you know what? It's all about being committed for life. It's all about a platinum marriage, priceless commitment. You stay with us. Okay. Commitment is priceless. Commitment, our society doesn't understand commitment. This show gets me psyched up because commitment is important.
Oh my goodness. You know what's interesting? Even Wall Street recognizes how important commitment is. It says it's the key to success because commitment is what ignites action.
Wow. We are thrilled to have with Marriage Uncensored today. We have comedian, we have incredible marriage educator, and we have author of the book, Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. Would you welcome to Marriage Uncensored studio, Mr. Mark Gungor. Mark. Yeah, you again. All right.
It's been so long.
Okay, our society. I mean, you take the age of my kids. Okay, they're all in their 30s and 20s. Okay.
Because you're old, man.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. But they don't get commitment like, say, our parents did. What's happening?
We live in a culture today that thinks they should get stuff just because. That's all. I mean, kids graduate from school and they expect to get what their parents had immediately.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh, it is true. I mean, and then when they get married, you know, they think, well, gee, I should have the same standard of living that mom and dad had.
The house and 2 cars right away.
Yeah. I mean, they forget that mom and dad
Took forever to get there.
And
our society that's really there today in the marrying age group, it's all about a disposable generation. Like it's kind of like, you know, marriage is kind of like, you know, some kind of camera that if the battery's gone, we just throw the batteries out, put new batteries in, and then it goes again. Disposable marriage is happening more and more.
Right, and if it doesn't work, then, like you said, you just trash it.
Yeah. So what do you see?
Well, I think people are very narcissistic today. It's all about me, you know. I want my soulmate, you know. There's that one perfect person just for me.
Okay, do you not believe in soulmates?
No.
Oh, good. I don't either. I don't even like that word.
You know.
Well,
just drives me
but what
crazy.
happens is that they get into that thinking that it has to be a soulmate, and then I thought he was my soulmate. I thought she was my soulmate, right? And then they betray themselves because it's about becoming the person that you're supposed to be in that marriage, right?
Well, they view marriage as just something that's there for them, something to make me happy.
To make
and
me
as long as
happy.
I'm happy, then I'm cool. Then they're my soulmate. The minute they're not happy, you know, I made a mistake.
Oh,
I shouldn't
I
have
know.
married that idiot. I should have married the other idiot, you know, and they get themselves in a big mess.
You know, I have fun. Anytime I meet a couple that's been married longer than 40 years, I always ask, what has kept you together? Because I love hearing the different answers. And so many times, I will hear them say, commitment. And one time a woman looked at me, and I loved it because she, you know, acted like I was really young. She said, your generation doesn't even know what the word commitment means.
Right. So let's help them out. Let's say we got a whole bunch of people who are either looking to get married or maybe a second round because the first round failed. Tell me, what does commitment look like, and how would a person recognize commitment to you?
I think what people have to understand is that you need to live not by how you feel, but by what you believe in, the commitments that you make. Sadly,
Yes.
people live by how they feel when it comes to the area of marriage. We don't really do this really in any other, I mean, to some degree we do in other areas, but nothing like marriage. I mean, it's crazy. The most important relationship of our lives, we run through the filter of, gee, I have to be honest with my feelings. My feelings. Why would you be honest with your feelings? Can you imagine people tomorrow morning deciding whether or not to go to work
I'm
based
right with
on
you.
their feelings?
I'm right with you.
And calling the boss and say, listen, I'd love to come to work today, but I'm just not feeling it, man.
Or he comes in and he says, listen, I got a project for you. I don't feel like that project.
Yeah. Or if you're in the military and the sergeant says charge, and one of the guys stands up and says, Sarge, I'd love to, but I don't want to be a hypocrite, man. I got to be honest with how I'm feeling. You know?
Exactly.
Well, he'd take a gun out and shoot you in the head, okay? And rightfully so. But when it comes to marriage, then we're encouraged. Oh, you have to be honest with how you feel.
Yeah, but it's interesting. In the military, what do they call it? They call it, you're a deserter if you don't go
exactly.
ahead. And marriage, what do we call it? Oh, I'm being true to myself.
Oh, well, you know, you're from the world of academia. I'm not. This is academia nuts. But,
It's okay.
No.
Listen to me at the end of the show. We'll clear it all up,
Yeah.
okay?
But this is where this comes from. You know, you got to be very honest with their feelings. You got to be honest with their feelings. I mean, it's absurd. And in the therapy sessions, you know, where they get couples to emotionally vomit all over each other.
Well, they affirm that whole thing about I need to be happy.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but
even
what
the
they're
therapy
saying is
world
by
is.
doing that, you'll get to be happy. No, that's not how you get to be happy. You get, you know, we've been married, my wife and I, for 36 years, not because we're always saying everything we feel and everything. You know, people say, Mark, do you always tell your wife what you feel? Good Lord, no. You know, and I don't want to know everything she's thinking, for crying out loud. I'm sure there's days she looks at me and feels incredibly blessed to have me as a husband. I'm sure there's days she wakes up and is convinced she married the spawn of Satan. You know, I'd rather not know that, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, very interesting. They did a study, and it actually takes 10 years' time for us psychologically to stop thinking me and start thinking we. Yeah. So hang in there as we talk about what commitment really is, persistence with a purpose.